Hello my friends and welcome, my name is Dennis and this is the latest update from Ukraine. Interesting news as for today, Russia officially announced the evacuation of their forces from Kherson region, from the north part of it. We are speaking about this whole area including Kherson city itself. It was the main gain of the Russian army since the beginning of this war, because literally it's the biggest city that they've took and it wasn't destroyed as Mariupol. So today Russian general commander of the operation in Ukraine, Surovikin, this bold guy, said recommended actually to the chief of the Russian army, Shoigu, to regroup their forces from the northern part of Kherson region because the main supply lines were cut, and also they're afraid that Ukraine may blow up the Novakhovka dam and that will flood down the region. But actually, I'll show you later on the map that it's not like that. And Shoigu, where is the Shoigu? So here's this guy. So he agreed with that proposal and also said that the forces that will be regrouped from Kherson region, they will be sent elsewhere on other parts of the front line in Ukraine. Which is not well for Ukrainian army, since the main goal for us is to cause Russia severe losses, not just take our territories back. Because as you see, they may use their weaponry on the different parts of the front lines. This morning, Russia started to blow up all the bridges in that area. They blow up the bridge near to Snehurivka over here, so it was completely destroyed. And also they blown out the bridge near to Darivka. It was damaged by Ukrainian army before, but they completely destroyed that one. They also put new minefields in that area, and what they do right now, yes, they move out some of their forces, but still they keep many of their soldiers on that territory. And as I told you before, they built lots of defense lines. We now know about the 3 defense lines on the other part, and probably they gain some of the artillery there, and they may target Kherson after our forces would go to that city. Maybe it's the trap for Ukrainian forces. They also say that Ukraine may blow up this dam over here, cause the flooding to Kherson, but actually Kherson is on a high ground, so it will not be washed away by the stream. The possible flooding mainly touches the southern part because it's on a low ground. And why would they withdraw their forces to that territory in that case? Because they put them on a higher risk than they were before in Kherson. So it's total nonsense for the Russian command to speak about it. So the only possible reason for them to withdraw their forces is that Ukrainian army continued to push them in that region, and also supply lines were cut, as they said. In any case, it would be impossible for them to keep their forces in Kherson during the winter time without the proper supplies. So I think it's the only possible way for them to withdraw on their own, to keep their forces alive and to send them across the front lines to the eastern side of Ukraine, or maybe to the northern side of Ukraine for one more try to get Kiev. Yet we don't know what to expect from their withdrawal. So far they're speaking about it, but we don't see the actual action from their army. We don't see the forces coming with the long columns from Kherson across the Dnieper River. So far, Ukrainian army still prepares for the counterattack, but we do it little by little because, as I say to you, they may concentrate their forces on the south part and destroy Kherson city using their artillery, aviation, or ballistic rockets. And recently, we finally took this Kalinovska village. I told you about it by mistake like 3 days ago. By that time, we took that village nearby, and today it's officially confirmed that we took Kalinovska village, which is one more step to get control over the Kherson region, my friends. And I do expect that Russia finally withdraws from that region. How much time will it take? No one knows, but officially they announced the massive withdrawal. And more news from Kherson, this cringy guy, the deputy governor that Russia put to control the Kherson region, he lost his life today in a car accident. But I think he was just eliminated by Russian forces because he always say that Russia should stay here, Russia is forever in Kherson. Don't worry, we're gonna stay in Kherson. So I think for Russia it would be improper if at the same day that they announced the withdrawal, this guy would continue to say that Russia stays in Kherson or something like that. And yes, actually, officially he lost his life today. I said he was cringy because, you know, he wrote some of the poems towards the Russia that Russia should rule the world. And yeah, you need to understand Russian to understand how cringy his words were. And Russia did him a favor, probably. And here we see the map where Russia destroyed all of the bridges. They want to slow down our offensive operation. The yellow square shows the Ukrainian attack on the bridges, the red one on the Russian attack that were conducted today on those bridges. And I'm sure that they are withdrawing their forces, but we are not sure what to expect. Then our forces would go to Kherson. And those are Russian chats. Oh my God, what is happening? It's the shame. How could we do it? Kherson is a Russian city. What is next? Moscow, Sevastopol. Yes, soon it's gonna be Sevastopol because it's a Ukrainian city. NATO stated that they know about the situation in Kherson and looking forward to analyze what the outcome of that will be in the future. As for me, until I would see the official information from our military command that our forces liberated Kherson, I wouldn't believe that Russians left it. This is the tweet from Ukrainian police, so the same guy, Strimousov, who died today in a car accident, and they pointed out that this guy just cut the safe belt in his car. So they shared this example photo to Ukrainian people of how not to drive the car. Just use your seat belts wherever you are in a car. Be aware. And President Zelensky today said that we shouldn't expect presence from the Russian side. Our enemy doesn't give it to us. We are fighting for our territory, and it's kind of hard for Ukrainian army to fight, but we do it bravely. We have a spirit, we have good morale to free our territory. And today many Ukrainian officials say that they do not see the massive withdrawal of the Russian army so far. Yes, they announced it, but yet they keep their forces in the Kherson region, north part of it. So we need to judge Russia not on what they're saying, but what they are doing. Those billboards are in Kherson, Russia here forever, Kherson forever with Russia. Putin prepares to test Saturn II nuclear missile capable striking UK in 6 minutes. So they say about desatanization of Ukraine, but they have rocket name for Saturn II. Saturn I was made in Soviet Union, now they have modern type of it, and I don't know what to say here. British Defense Minister Ben Wallace said that they will increase support, military support of Ukraine during this winter, and they expect the battle for Kherson. There is the huge fire in Israel near to the Nuclear Institute research, and we don't know what is on fire there, but I'm gonna keep you updated with that fact. Alright, we have the bad quality video here. Russian soldiers publish it, and they're saying that they are retreating from Kherson. Well, at least we have some sort of the videos of their columns. Probably, really, they are retreating from that part, but for Ukraine, it's better obviously to destroy Russian artillery on the other part of the shore before going to Kherson city. We have a collaboration between Germany and Great Britain to support Ukraine with weaponry, so Germany will provide more RST systems and United Kingdom will provide some of the rockets for Ukraine. Also, we'll have 30 Dingo armored vehicles delivered to Ukraine by the Germany side. So, thank you so much for your support. Right, latest satellite images show that Russia starts to create defense lines near to the border with Crimea. So they do expect that Ukraine may go there. As you can see here are many trenches. I hope you can see from this side. So first defense line, second and the third one. And how Prigozhin and Kadyrov reacted to the Russian withdrawal. Actually, they supported it. So then we spoke about Liman. They blamed the general, and now they support Surovikin for giving the largest city that they've took since the beginning of the war is just nonsense. Now I see that the crack between the Russian politician command and military command is just increasing. Now we have the group with Prigozhin, Kadyrov and Surovikin, that is the counterpart for the Russian military itself, for Shoigu, let's say. And the leader here is definitely Prigozhin, who is the commander of the Wagner private military. I think that the variant is possible then this group takes ultimate power in Russia, displacing Putin, let's say, with Prigozhin. Because if you look at the public opinion, everyone starts to blame Putin for losses. He has just defeats in Ukraine, tactical defeats, strategic defeats. He also has the foreign affairs defeats. He will not go to G20 because he has nothing to present there. He is a loser. So I think the replacement of Putin is highly likely scenario. It will not change the major vector for Russia to occupy Ukraine, but still it may cause a great instability inside the Russia and may even cause Russia to collapse, at least partially. We're gonna see it, my friends. This winter will show us everything. Right, now we have the news that our forces crossed Duchany and took all of this part under Ukrainian control. Here we see the video. From that part, the bridge was devastated. Beautiful nature, as you can see, wonderful lake and lots of the Russian BTRs used as the bridge, I think. And the bridge is damaged or fully destroyed. Also, Russia starts to mine the fields near to Mariupol, and they probably expect our forces to go to that direction as well. Ukraine asked the United States to provide this system. This is the air defense Gatling on this kind of truck. It's called CRAM system. It has the huge radar from what I can see, and it may be used against the Iran Shahid drones that Russia uses here in Ukraine. I'm sure that no matter what party wins the elections that were conducted yesterday, will have the constant support for Ukraine from Republicans, from Democrats, doesn't matter. And Italy open to supplying air defense system to Ukraine officially, so thank you Italy for supporting us as well. My friends, more about this military map we took, as I say to you, we took Duchany, which is here as well, across this lake, and probably gonna go further. So it's gonna be the battle for Kherson, I do expect it, and it's gonna be a turning point again in this war, but much bigger compared to what it was after Ukraine started the massive counterattack in the north, in Kharkiv region. Here the scale is much bigger. It's going to be the new El Alamein in the Second World War, or you may call it New Stalingrad for the Russian army. They are playing the role of the Nazi Germany here. I think Putin understands that, and still he has nowhere to go. Probably the only option he has to withdraw from all of the Ukrainian territory, including Crimea, and pay reparations, but he will never do it. He'll try to kill more of his soldiers, and he'll just try to stay in power as long as possible. And the strangest and the most terrible thing that many people will lose their lives, Russians and Ukrainians as well, just to extend the leadership of the Russian dictator. So Russia started to build the defense lines near to Crimea, and obviously there is the bridge over here. They may simply blow up it, but we have the pontoon bridges, we may use them to go to Crimea. And my friends, I think after we're gonna have Kherson under our control, we're gonna go to Crimea from this direction, and also probably from Melitopol going to Crimea as well. And I guess it's the proper time for Russians who went permanent to live in Crimea illegally to sell their apartments or something and flee Crimea to save what they have. Because Ukrainian army will liberate Crimea for sure. It's just a matter of time. We're gonna return all of the property to the legal owner, and we're gonna get rid of all of the occupiers. My friends, I'm gonna keep you updated on situation here in Ukraine. If you like what I do, just press the like to this video. It helps me a lot. And if you want to support me financially, there are some of the links in the video description below. You may support me on Patreon, PayPal, or Donatello, whichever is more convenient for you. My friends, I wish you a peaceful sky wherever you are. Have a great time.